This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
You know, I did want to talk about how it's hilarious how writers and media members and fans and there's this like double standard, and we talk about it all the time with all kinds of different things in life and in sports. And so now we're talking about the Dolphins, right? And they're like, well, hey, why are they committed to Tua? Well, that's wrong. You're going to force the next coach to be, committed to Tua. And it's like, well, they drafted the guy. The front office believes in the guy. A lot of people believe in the guy. A lot of people don't. So you got to find the people that believe in him, right? And so they want to keep the defensive staff. And some people will complain about, well, why are you making the defensive staff and why do you want them to be inherited by the next coach? Aren't you straddling it? Even though the last few coaches that we've had can't build staffs, but if this defensive staff you feel is all right, then why not stay with it? If you think there's some potential there, why not stay with it, right? So all of these things are going on, right? And, the Brian Daboll hire also over the weekend. And I got fans like, oh my God, they're screwing this up. And we really don't know if Brian Daboll is the guy or not. We don't know if Mike McDaniel's the guy or not. We just don't know. Eberflus might be the best candidate of them all, and we didn't talk about him here. Don't know. None of us really end up knowing. But let me ask you, do you know what's going on with the New York Giants? Because Brian Daboll took over the job knowing that he had to work with Daniel Jones. Because they didn't want to give up on Daniel Jones. And they've had him an extra year. And he's played a lot more than Tua, actually. By the way, did you know that Brian Daboll also kept the defensive staff that was in place? Because he's a young coach and it's going to be hard for him to build a staff. So the coach that's in place, he knows already. He's known him he worked with him for 2 years in New England. So he has some similar, but it's not the guy he's hiring. He's inheriting him and his staff, Flaherty staff on defense, because it makes his life easy. So if the Dolphins are trying to make life easy for the next young coach, not Harbaugh, get that through your heads. So it's it's weird, right? They're trying to avoid some of the mistakes of the past. Yet fans want to force them to make the mistakes of the past. Because when you hire a young coach, it's hard for them to build staffs. We've learned that. So if you have some continuity on defense, oh, by the way, the Giants were 21st on defense. They weren't great on defense. But they felt like, okay, the offense wasn't great. It put a lot of burden on the defense. Flattery and his staff did a good job overall. Let's keep them. Why? Because Brian Daboll knows that his life is a little easier because he's got some continuity and a defensive staff in place. But when the Dolphins are doing it, it's evil. It's irresponsible. There's no foresight in it. I mean, maybe it could work out. See, the part that we all got to get over is we don't know what's going to work. Because we thought Saban would work. And we thought Jimmy Johnson would work. And we thought Bill Parcells would work. And we thought all those were home runs. Because our franchise, our favorite team, signed the best name out there. How'd that work out? It didn't. So now I almost feel like this is like the least amount of enthusiasm I've seen for a head coach. And I almost feel like maybe this is the one that's going to end up working out because of that. Because none of us, that's what I'm trying to tell you. None of us know. We don't know who really is the coach. We thought this, we thought that, and we were all wrong. Every bit of us. Because just like you, I wanted Jimmy. And just like you, I wanted Saban. And just like you, I wanted Parcells. And it didn't work out. At least with Jimmy, he got you some pretty good defensive players when he left. That's it. What he did to Marino was unacceptable. I'll never forgive him for that. But whatever, But none of them were successful. And we thought for sure, oh, man, we stole Saban from 3-4 other teams that wanted him. Oh, wow, Parcells wants to come back and build a team. His fat ass wants to go bet on horses in Saratoga. So let's have a little bit more of an open mind. I'm not asking you for patience because patience is not something that you can ask a Dolphin fan for. But either way, you got nothing but time. It's not like you control what's going on. But don't make it sound like you know exactly who's the right coach. Because we've been through the big names. We've been through the hot shot coordinators. We've done it all. And the last coach, by the way, the front office was trying to assist him and help him, and he didn't want help. Maybe Mike McDaniel is more receptive to it and understands that he needs the help. And as he picks up experience, and if he has success, then he'll be able to alter and adjust his coaching staff along the way. But first, you got to kind of earn that. And that's the problem. You've given power to people that haven't earned it, i.e. Flo Gase. And then you've also given the entire team to people you thought could run the franchise, i.e. Parcells, Saban, and Jimmy, and they didn't get it right. So any of us to sit on our high horse and say, oh, we know who the coach is going to be. Come on, man. Don't be an idiot. We've made that mistake all over. We've all thought one coach or the other is the right one, and we've all been wrong and fallen flat on our faces. It's just an inexact science. And we don't know what combination is the right combination. So for us to sit here and say, oh, why should he accept that quarterback? Why not? Maybe it works out. Well, why should they keep the defensive staff? Well, why not? Maybe it works out. We've tried everything else. So maybe you keep defensive staff and you have some continuity, and you had no continuity or chemistry on offense. So Mike McDaniel comes in with his staff to fix the offense. And I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody come in that might be a veteran coach that will help out as a consultant type. You know what I mean? I kind of like this.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.